Alright, relics have been just absolutely game changing as of recently. Like, not only do they help champion abilities, like, Guardian being pretty much buffed thanks to Hulkbuster and, like, his relic, and also Misty Knight being, like, an incredible damage dealer now thanks to the Winter Soldier relic. Like, besides, like, relic abilities, there has been just an insane amount of rotations that have been made thanks to striker abilities. Strikers have been doing so much for like the game right now, and like watch this. The Hulk luck is probably the best Hulk rotation out there because the control is just off the charts, right? So we go for our combo here, then we go into the SP2, and then watch what happens afterwards. We drop the SP2, we go back in, and then watch this. I drop the striker, which gives a stun passive, which lets me continue the Hulk lock, right? And after this, we can go back in, drop the SP1, and now the fight is just under control once again. And without the striker there, we would have been completely toast, right? Because yeah, we can't Hulk lock without the relic. The relic makes the Hulk lock. And this rotation wasn't a thing until relics were announced, right? And like that is just insane, man. Like he is just so strong with relics. And with Silk here, she gets a massive damage increase as well, because with the relic striker, you can not only maintain your fury passes, but you also maintain your debuffs as well. So that's just like a massive damage boost, right? And I feel like the direction with relics is they want to like make it to where newer champions can really benefit from it. Like Silk, she's not unplayable without a relic, right? But with it, she becomes so much better. And I feel like that's a good like direction to go for sure. Like for example, Adam Warlock as well, with his sovereignty counter, like using a striker helps build it. So like he's really good with the relic too, and he's really like safer as well. And like watch that, like you see the damage output, man. That was like mainly thanks to the relic just maintaining our like overall damage output. And now we have like an older champion, for example, Hulkbuster here, who still benefits from a striker. And like the striker really does help this champion overall. So we go in here, we drop the SP2, and then watch this. We drop the SP2, we go in, we do some heavy attacks, right? And then after this, we drop the striker, and the striker just helps maintain our loop and just keeps the momentum going, right? Like the momentum is pretty important here. So here we drop the striker, then we can go back in, drop the SP2 once more, he blocks it, 40,000 damage by the way. And yeah, the striker just kept us in the loop. Like that is the most important part of the striker. It just keeps us in that loop and just like lets us maintain that damage output, right? And yeah, without the striker there, we would have lost the momentum for sure, but with it, we just got to keep all of our damage output, right? And now let's see what Hulk looks like without his relic. Let's see how big of like a difference it is with the relic and without a relic. And keep in mind, even a 3-star relic unlocks the Hulk lock, right? Like you just need any relic of any kind. It can be an Ant-Man relic, it can be just like any relic that you want. It will unlock the Hulk lock. And that's why I feel like strikers are that good, because strikers are any star level relic. It's not like locked behind the 5-star, right? No, a 3-star relic has the striker ability. So here we just drop the SP1 now, and then we do the combo, right? Like the combo for the Hulk lock. We do the 5 hits into another 5 hits into 3 hits into the SP2, and watch this. We drop the SP2, we go back in, and here we would drop the striker, right? But nope, there is no striker here. Hulk lock is done. You cannot Hulk lock without a relic, right? Now let's see how Silk does when she has no relic. We drop the SP3 here after we do a combo, and now it is time to just start doing our damage output, right? And here, like her damage output is still pretty good, obviously, but you do miss out on a lot of damage output, I feel like. We go in, we do a double combo into the heavy attack. Usually here we drop the striker, but we can't because there is no striker, and we do about, I think, 30,000 damage instead of 51,000. So yeah, a pretty big difference there. Now we have Hulkbuster here, and then we go for this SP2, right? And like Hulkbuster, it isn't as impactful, I feel like, but it still does like make a pretty noticeable difference, right? So we drop the SP2 here, and this is where things change a little bit. So we go for the heavy attacks as usual, and same stuff, same like great damage output, but then watch this. We can't go back in safely, and with the striker we could, so it does lose some momentum for sure. And yeah, like strikers are just so powerful. They just make some champion rotations, like the Hulk lock. Without a striker, it's not the Hulk lock. You just cannot Hulk lock whatsoever. Silk loses a lot of damage output. Hulkbuster loses some momentum. Like relic strikers are so game changing for some champions, and I feel like as the game progresses, we'll find more rotations. We'll find some like newer characters to help make these Relic strikers even more valuable, right? But yeah, I just want to make this video because, like, I love Silk, I love Hulkbuster, I love Hulk. These are all like some of my favorite characters out there, and Relic strikers have just really changed them, I feel like. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on Relics, and let me know your thoughts on these strikers as well. And yeah, that's about it for me.